You mentioned earlier about your spending and like you're very fiscally responsible. You're very conscious of what you spend it on and how much you're spending. Have you always been like that?
Always. You got to remember, I stayed at the stadium the first 2 years.
Right.
I didn't want to spend no money.
Right.
What's the point?
Why
are you telling Marvin gonna come third year? Why are you telling me go rent a house, go buy a house, go rent a condo, when everything I need is right here in the facility at Paul Brown?
Right.
Showers, cafeteria, TV, couch, gaming system. What's the point? What's the point? And I was so locked in, it wasn't about having my own space and having women come.
What about the dating life? How you gonna bring somebody?
For what? I'm locked in. I'm a rookie. I ain't got time. Date for what? Date for what? I needed that 1 year lock in, catch the rhythm. My second year, I caught the rhythm. I caught the rhythm of the game.
Right.
I felt like, okay, I got it now.
Because I think a third year I came and I did a sit down with you in your place.
Yeah. At that point, okay, I got it now. I was good. And that's when Marvin came in and also said, now it's time for you to be responsible, spread your wing, get your own place. So listen, I moved right down the street. One Lido place, I'll never forget. One little bedroom.
You mentioned that you're fiscally responsible. Is there anything that you purchase you like, I wish I had done that. That was the waste of my effing money.
Probably some of the cars, maybe in year 4, but it
all those donk Chevys?
Yeah. The high-end vehicles. But I didn't purchase, I leased everything.
Right.
Bugatti, Ferrari, I did it all.
Right.
But the funny thing about it is I got to a point in my career, and I wish people, athletes more so, if you can get to a point in your career where your name becomes bigger than anything you can purchase, there's your value.
Wow.
My name itself, Ocho Cinco at one point, even still to this day, is bigger than, why am I driving a Ferrari? Why am I driving a Rolls Royce and I'm Ocho?
You see, this is the problem. He's given you so much game. As someone who's a professional athlete, has lived the life, seen it all, done it all, and he's like, listen, why would I be doing these silly things when I'm thinking about not only now, but I'm thinking about my future, I'm thinking about my children, I'm thinking about all of this different stuff. You know, the Bible says something which always fascinates me. There's safety in a multitude of counsels. What that means is there's safety when you surround yourself with wise people. This is the kind of person, Ocho Cinco, what he's talking about right now is the kind of wisdom that so many people need today in order to step into financial prosperity. When I think about what he's saying, like, this makes so much sense. But how often do you think they're going to be promoting this sort of game to the wild masses? This is like, no, they're just not going to do it. Why? Because most people, they don't want to hear this sort of stuff, because this sort of stuff will keep people from, if people know this kind of stuff will set people free. So they're not going to publicize what Ocho Cinco here is saying on a grand scheme, on a grand level, right? Because it doesn't sell, right? It's the wise thing to do. It's the smart thing to do. But at the same time, that's not what they really want for the masses. They want the masses to be foolish, to do silly stuff, because if they don't wise up, they're always going to be in a situation where they're dependent on what the government does or what people in power do. And when you're dependent, you aren't in a position of power. You don't feel free. You're not going to do things which can actually not only liberate you, but also help liberate other people around you as well. So you have to be wiser.
Oh, we talk about jewelry and watches and chains.
But you already had, but see, the thing is, you already had, it's easy for you to do that now, Ocho, because you had the jewelry, you had the car.
No. Never bought real anything when I was playing. Never. What was the point? I went to...
He never bought anything real. And this even links back to the point he said previously. He didn't ever buy those millions of dollars worth of cars or anything along those lines. He leased it, right? Because he understood, you know what, this is just a phase. You know what? Lease that car for a couple of months, drive it around, whatever, like, get whatever feeling you need, and then give the car back. That way, imagine spending tens of thousands of dollars in comparison to spending millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is the difference between leasing a car and enjoying it for a month or two or for even a year and buying it. It's a liability. So again, it's not about not enjoying finer things in life. It's not about not enjoying good things. Do it when you can. Do it when you've got so much money, it doesn't really make a difference. This is what Ocho Cinco is saying here, but so many people don't want to hear this stuff. And this is why so many people want to keep up with the Benjamins. They want to present themselves like they're rich, but they're really broke. And it's not going to last. Eventually, the cookie's going to crumble, as they say.
Players.
So also, all you do...
Yes, for what? What am I doing it for? The women don't deal with you anyway because of who you are.
Right.
And then the other women who really doing their homework, don't Google how much you're making already.
Right.
Why am I buying a $50,000 watch, $80,000 watch? What time is it real quick? Please?
It's 20 minutes to 4.
How much that cost me?
It didn't cost you nothing.
Because time is free. So what I'm paying for?
Right.
For what? I'm Ocho. What's the point?
Right.
There's nothing I can buy that's bigger than my name alone. So it made no sense.
This is why I like what he's saying, because just exactly what he just said there. He's Ocho. He's so comfortable in his own skin for who he is. He doesn't need any of these external things, these material things to give him worth or value. And again, it's not because he's saying these things aren't nice or he would never do it, but he's wise enough to know many people buy this stuff because they're trying to fill a void. But when you are comfortable within your own skin and you know that you are someone who's valuable, I like to say it all the time, God tells us from the first page of the Bible, we are unique, we are special, we are one of a kind, and he's given us the fingerprints to prove it, right? Nobody else in existence will ever have the same fingerprints with you. And once you understand that, you realize that you are actually very valuable. You're priceless. So you don't need these external things to validate who you are. If you have excess resources and you want to enjoy life, go ahead. I'm not going to be pocket watching, but at the same time, do these things wisely. And this is what he's saying, which is so great.
But everybody's caught up in image and looking a certain way and being rich. It's me. It's pointless.
How do you express that to your kids when they know who you are? They know what you have.
That's the hard part. Is getting them to have that mindset I have, because they ain't cutting it. With the missus, oh, she ain't having it. Them 8.5 carats, oh, that's real.
Right.
Anything I purchase for her is real.
It's real.
Yeah. So the kids, I allow them to do the designer and the nice stuff because I done saved what? 83% of my salary. So it's okay. And I have stuff coming in already. Oh, yeah, still coming in. Thank you, Dougie. You know, and so life is good because I was able to sustain and keep most of my wealth that I made when I was playing, and life is still going good. So I allow the kids to enjoy, but I need them to understand there's gonna come a time.
They gotta get on daddy payroll.
You go have to get off that payroll. But for right now, I will always be there for them, no matter what they want.
Right.
So just notice, right, what he's saying. He was disciplined for a season, and that discipline for that season is what's now allowed him on a greater level to enjoy life. And this is the sort of mindset I talk about all the time, planting wise seeds. You plant wise seeds in the ground, and eventually at some point in the future, those seeds that you planted are going to sprout out into wise trees, which have so much fruit, wise fruit producing, and it's perpetual. It's going to continue to produce. But most people are so fixated in what we call the Insta age, right? The microwave miracle, the microwave blessing. No, I need to have it now because I can see all these other people online who have it. But the realness is, most of those people don't actually have it. They're pretenders. They're fake. They're what we call a fugazi. It's fake. So this is why we have to be wise enough to not allow these things to entrap us to think, I need what that person has. No. Use the wisdom that you have today in order to get you to a place tomorrow or some point in the future where you can do exactly like what he's talking about. He feels no way now spending on his children in a wise way, obviously. Like you said, he's not being silly with it, but it's because he's done the wise steps in the past.
Once you don't try to live a lifestyle that you can't afford.
Right.
You can't do that. Yeah. I'm gonna let you enjoy yourself now.
Right. You went for viral for wearing the same outfit on the trip.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think I heard you pack. Maybe it was soccer, and you packed like 3 outfits, and you were there for like 2 weeks.
That's it. That's all you need.
Like a couple of pair of drawers.
That's it.
A couple of t-shirts and a pair of shorts.
That's all you need. I took all blended family.
Right.
We all went to the Bahamas for New Year's.
Okay.
So the kids, I know they like to look nice. You know the young kids these days, man. Okay, we're gonna all go to Amiri. So I took all the kids to Amiri, all of them. Everybody got an outfit, everybody got shoes. I got my little outfit. Price tag, $23,000.
Huh?
Ooh, $23,000. Remember, it's 8 of us now. Amiri ain't cheap.
Hold up. So what did they put back?
Ain't put nothing back. This is the one-time thing. It's the holidays. Yeah, $23,000. So boom. Okay, I understood what I just paid for all this stuff for the kids. So we're gonna have a good time. We stayed at Atlantis. I ain't take that Amiri off the whole trip. I took me a shower. I took me a shower each day, changed underwear, put a new tank top on, and put it right back on. You know what I paid for this? I don't care who see me, so I made my own personal video letting people know you probably gonna see me over and over in the same outfit. Let me give you
let me help you understand why.
And I always do that all the time. Dude, I shop at H&M. Look, this whole outfit, this cost me $60. It's Urban Outfitters. And it's from the sale rack. It's a Levi jacket and some Dickies that's cut off. Like I'm a skateboarder. I don't skate. But I look good.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? He does look good, I give it to him, but what is so crazy is what he's wearing right now. He said it cost him like $60. He's probably wearing something which costs less than most people who are poor or have nowhere near as much money as he does. And it's like, if that doesn't like frazzle your mind and just get you to realize that so many things out there are just set out for you to fail, like, I don't know what will. This is a guy who's wealthy. And he's not the only wealthy person. Loads of wealthy people do this sort of stuff where it's like they'll only wear the same, not the literal the same clothes, but they'll buy a wardrobe of the same top or the same trousers or the same whatever, and they'll just wear it every single day. They're not focused on, I need to wear these designer brands, I need to wear these name brands. Why? Because they realize that those name brands don't do anything for them. They already understand how valuable they are as an individual and the things they're bringing to the table. They don't need names, external names, in order to validate them. They can just go out and do what they do on a daily basis and live with the results. Not to say they wouldn't wear it. You just heard him. He bought some expensive clothes for him and his family on a trip. But like he said, it's a one-off. He's not going out every single month or every single day and splurging just nonsensically.
So that's your whole thing.
And I've always been this way. So you can't, the people on the outside that might be new to who I am now, that are a little older, don't understand. I've been this way the past 20, 25 years.
So you're not gonna let society shape Ocho Cinco's idea of who he is or what he should be?
Never. I never been that way because I don't need validation from nobody on the outside. Never have, and that's another. That's
give you validation, you straight. The kids give you validation, that's dad, we good.
And some of the time they make fun of me, so I don't really need validation from me. You know, but that's another downfall for us too.
Right.
That's another downfall in society. We always need validation and acceptance from others.
If Commissioner Goodell let you went to the rookie symposium and let you talk,
I need to. He need to let me do that.
Well, hopefully they're watching this.
I need to do it. I got Roger on speed dial. I got him on speed dial. I need to do that.
About financial literacy.
Yes, but the problem is it's gonna go in one ear and out the other, especially at that age. It's like me going to talk to kids and that's getting NIL deals.
Right.
You got everybody in your ear. You don't know who to tell no to. You got all these investment people. You know how many horror stories there are about NFL players that invest in companies? I mean, Usain Bolt just going through an issue.
12.7, I saw that.
Going out of his account. Because the investment, listen, the best investment person is yourself. Do your homework. You don't need all these people. Because if they knew, name one investment person that's in a position and is rich. How you gonna tell me what to do with my money and you haven't made it yet?
Right.
To give me an example on what I should do. Nah, man, I don't like that. I don't like that.
And again, this is the kind of thing you have to realize, right? He said, look, he wants to go and speak to the young NFL players and give them the game. His worry is they're not going to listen. This is why you need to continue to broadcast stories of people who have gone before them and have failed, right? People that have gone before them have had these boatloads of money, boatloads of cash, and then lost it or have not used it wisely. You need to continue to broadcast those examples for them to see, okay, cool, this is what's going to happen if you do what they do. This is the right way to go. And not to ridicule people like Ocho Cinco who are trying to give you the game like, yeah, he may be a bit excessive in certain things, but maybe he's not excessive, right? But would you rather have so many millions in the bank You've got money continuing to come in on a regular basis, and you can spend whatever you want whenever you like, but you're still using wisdom whenever you go about on a day-to-day basis. Guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless.